Hi, good evening. Today is the 6th of February. We often know about different days, we celebrate different days, but today we are here to talk about something very special. Today is a day not many of us know about. The 6th of February is celebrated or known as Time to Talk Day. And today we are here to talk and discuss about the power of talking, the power of conversation. Hi, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Myself, Asif Iqbal. I'm an aspiring film director, and with me is Dr. Roy. Hi, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Asif. It's lovely to come and sit with you and talk because I don't know how many people have felt this that they want to talk, they want to express to somebody,
Right.
but they don't know where to talk. They are busy in this rat race. Either students who are under the pressure of studies, doing homework, or people who are working and then coming back and doing the chores, but there is a void and they want to talk.
Right.
Have you ever come across people who actually have expressed this desire that they want to talk?
As a matter of fact, I feel that across ages means when I've seen people, youngsters, teenagers, women, men, people in corporate, normal people from across society, they always want to talk. They always want to express. Maybe they had a bad day at office. They had a bad time in on the personal front. So there needs to be someone with whom they can talk, they can express, they can vent out, and they can fill that void that is there. That void could be a void of happiness. That void could be a void of emotional stability. So you
You
never
know,
know.
when you talk about happiness,
Right.
sometimes it sounds very philosophical, but what exactly is happiness? I mean, you meet people that they don't have any problem, they are financially stable, they have a happy family, they're doing well, they have respect in the society, but they will say, somehow, अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है. You know, Asif, I'll tell you one thing. I don't want to pretend straight away with guidelines and advice. All of us go through time when we are feeling a bit down. But that is, what happens is you get a bad news. You appeared for an exam, you did not get through. You went for an interview, you did not get through. Your family, somebody is not well. These are reasons when you're feeling down.
Right.
These are times when you're depressed. अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है. But there is a cause, and that's why it's called exogenous depression.
Okay.
But कभी कभी ऐसे ऐसा होता है.
जी.
You have got up, नींद से उठा, कुछ नहीं हुआ, सब ठीक ठाक चल रहा है. But फिर भी you get this feel, अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है यार, पता नहीं. And then you ask the person, what is the matter? Why don't you talk? And then the people say, I want to talk, but I really don't know किससे बात करूं. It is not necessarily always each person is comfortable with the spouse, with the sibling, with the teacher. They want to talk. But I don't know how many people are listening to today's this episode that we are talking on 6th of February, as we started this, that the power of talking, that everybody always wants, that मुझे भी ऐसा कोई चाहिए जिससे मैं जाके दिल खोल के बात कर सकता हूँ. So, have you ever come across anybody who has expressed this to you?
I think thinking about आपने जो भी कहा कि ये पता नहीं कि क्या हुआ है. As a matter of fact, few weeks back I was just मैं मोबाइल स्क्रॉल कर रहा था, करीब काफी रात हो चुकी थी, like 12-1 बजे के करीब. I suddenly get a call from a friend और बहुत
At
unusual time.
1
Yes,
o'clock in
1
the
o'clock in the morning. And मैं थोड़ा घबरा गया that this is not the call, this is not the time when he calls me. 1 बजे रात में कॉल किया तो मैं एक रिंग पे उठाया था. I तो उसने he is, I know him personally, he's an old friend and everything is fine. Everything is fine in his life and everything is okay. But he told me कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा मेरे को, मतलब उठता हूँ and everything is there, everything is fine. I'm busy. मैं बोला busy तो रहते हो. कभी कदार होता है कि अगर आपके पास इतने बिजी हो आप, यू डोंट हैव एनीथिंग, आपके पास टाइम ही नहीं है सोचने के कि मेरे लाइफ में क्या बुरा चल रहा है, देन कभी कदार वो नेग्लेक्ट हो जाता है वो चीज. वो समझ सकते हैं कि नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, बट आप बिजी भी हो और जब वो एंड ऑफ द डे, जब आप व्हेन द डस्ट हैज सेटल्ड, और तब आपको वो आया, देन यू कन्फ्रंट दैट प्रॉब्लम.
Do you think it is possibly expectations? Because what you said just now, that you are doing some work but still not happy. We have a Sanskrit saying, Karmanya vadika raste na phalesu kadachan. Means keep doing your work, don't expect the results. Keep doing your work. But we all can't be saints like that.
Right.
So we can't keep on working, slogging. We can't keep expressing our emotions and don't expect result. I am about that. So this is the time probably when it happens as if that maybe we expect a type of reaction from people and they don't show and we don't know हम अभी किसके पास जाके कुछ बोल. Do you feel that in when we talk about generations, like don't call me, I'm an antique piece and I should be in museum, but I remember when we were in school, that time even the TV wasn't there.
Right.
When I was in younger school. So don't laugh, like, yeah, I'm mature. These hairs have turned gray with wisdom and knowledge, not only age.
Right.
But I still can't remember whether in school I have ever met a single friend of mine who was depressed. But when I see my children going to school, now they have so much. There is this particular thing, we should not talk about it. We have so many things to do,
Right.
but still the incident of depression is rising, going higher and higher. So, do you feel, if we talk about different generations,
Right.
that incidents of people not being happy, not being contented, is actually rising in the present society?
It is rising, and unfortunately things are going up north. And what my observation is, or rather I was discussing with a friend, and the fact is, earlier when people used to come back home from work, it was a disconnect because there was no mobile phone, there was no social media. So when people would come back home, they would give time to their family, they would have enjoyed their personal space. But in today's time, people are not able to have that disconnect because you are easily accessible through mobile phone. Whatever you're doing on social media, your bosses, your peers, your colleagues, your friends, they know what you're doing, what you're up to, where are you going, where are you eating. And unfortunately people are creating an or having an image in mind because of this social media thing, or because of this not this disconnect not happening. I mean, ये बहुत ही कॉमन है. आई थिंक अनफॉर्चुनेटली हमने अभी बहुत सारे न्यूज़ देखे हैं और बहुत सारे प्रेस में कवरेज भी आया. अनफॉर्चुनेटली कुछ लोग, महिला और पुरुष दोनों ने, they did suicide because of harassment for dowry, harassment by money lenders, harassment because of the work pressure. Sorry. So ये कहीं ना कहीं इतना अंदर लोग ले रहे हैं बिकॉज एक्सपेक्टेशंस उनसे बहुत ज्यादा हाई है, या उनको कहीं ना कहीं उन्होंने एक्सप्रेस नहीं किया. तो ये एक टॉक्सिसिटी बनता जा रहा है. लोग उसको एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर रहे हैं और ये एक्सप्रेस नहीं करने के वजह, दे आर नॉट टॉकिंग इनफ, आई थिंक. एंड अनफॉर्चुनेटली सुसाइड इज becoming very rampant in society.
I think you know that there is a day like when 6th of February, we call it a day. What day?
Time to talk day.
Time to talk day. But most of us are getting ready. Now there is going to be Valentine Day, Rose Day, Chocolate Day, Kiss Day, Hug Day. We know all of these. But how many people know that there is a World Suicide Prevention Day. Now we have dedicated 10th of September as the World Suicide Prevention Day. There are so many people who wants to commit, who have successfully committed suicide. It's so sad.
It is.
A young life is lost. So, what is it that we have thousands of virtual friends, we would like to take a selfie and post it in Facebook, and we feel happy that there are 500 likes. There are 500 people who have liked, but out of that, is there anyone to whom I can go and मेरे मन की बात जाके कर सकते हैं? So this is one thing which is the reason we want to encourage. It's not one particular day. The purpose of keeping Mother's Day, Father's Day, all this is not, Mother's Day is not only one day, but it is just to encourage the people that yes, there is necessary to show your expression, respect to the mother. In the same way, we want to encourage people. Don't lock in everything inside your heart and then one day explode and suddenly feel that मेरे बात सुनने के लिए कोई तैयार नहीं है. There is nobody whom I can go and talk my heart out. And that's why today we are talking. Let's talk.
Let's talk. The power of talk.
The power of talk. So if there is anybody who is there online, we would like to start taking also, while we discuss, we would like to start taking, you keep
Some
talking,
questions,
so
some
we will
questions,
start
yeah.
taking questions.
Yeah. So one more thing, I think मुझे ऐसा लगता है लोग बात नहीं करते हैं because उनको ये डर है कहीं ना कहीं कि अगर मैं एक्सप्रेस करूंगा या अपने प्रॉब्लम्स बताऊंगा तो लोग मुझे जज करेंगे और पता नहीं मेरे बारे में क्या सोचेंगे. ठीक है, वी आर लिविंग इन सोसाइटी, ये थॉट्स आ ही सकता है. इट इज अ वेरी नेचुरल थिंग कि हम ऐसा सोच सकते हैं कि हमें तो जज करेंगे लोग या हमारे बारे में क्या सोचेंगे या हमारा मजाक उड़ाएंगे. बट आई एम श्योर कहीं ना कहीं एक या दो इंसान आपकी जिंदगी में ऐसे होंगे जिनसे आप खुल के अपने दिल की बात कर सकें विदाउट एनी जजमेंट. दैट कुड बी योर मदर, दैट कुड बी योर फ्रेंड, दैट कुड बी अ कलीग. एंड अगर आपको लगता है कि मुझे ये किसी के साथ शेयर नहीं करना है, मुझे नहीं करना, आई एम नॉट कंफर्टेबल, then there is medical experts, there are psychologists जहां पर आप जा सकते हैं. Sir, coming to this point, unfortunately it is still a social taboo where people को अगर आप when they are having depression में हैं या उनको anxiety problem है या किसी तरीके से they are feeling low and when they are not able to express, जैसे कि समझ में नहीं आ रहा मैं क्या बोलूं, तो we as a friend well wisher also have limited capacity to understand the problem. There are medical experts, there are psychologists.
That's a very good thing that you brought it up.
Right.
Now, here we will try and keep the identity as secret. That's your privacy. If there is anybody who wants to ask specific question, one question Asif has come that you are saying, let's talk. But किसके साथ बात करना? With whom should I talk? Now, I think lucky are those people who have somebody जिसके पास जाके मन की बात कर सकते हैं. But now, because they are not able to talk to parents, not able to talk to the spouse, not able to talk to brothers or sisters, now, as if you will be surprised to hear, 75% of school-going children have expressed their desire that they want to talk to somebody. Imagine so high.
School children.
School children. This is a survey done by a news media. And this is the reason, iske baad, it has become compulsory that every school there has to be a psychologist. Now the question is that if that student do not want to talk to the parents, do not want to talk to friends, now here are situations. Now the fact that people are thinking about it, that's why psychology as a subject is becoming popular. So now we have clinical psychologists, there are centers. One can type in Google and try and get appointments with a psychologist and try and go and talk. Otherwise, the best thing is everybody should have one such friend. Now, I heard it, I'm not sure because we are speaking in English and Hindi. I read it in one place. People said that Amaro actor Tui Chai. Say Tui is going to be such that I will have no inhibitions, nothing that I will hide from. And this Tui is going to be my Tui, that তোকে আমি সব কিছু বলতে চাই. So I wish someone has told me one day that Dr. Roy, you don't understand because I told somebody that I don't suffer from depression. I don't know what exactly is depression. ये किस चिड़िया का नाम है? I'm all the time happy. Now, someone has told me that you will never understand this, and that's why I've started reading. I've started reading all different articles on mental issues. I've done a YouTube video on suicide prevention. It's sad that India still has got one of the highest rate of suicide. I went to the med school. During my med school days, there was somebody who had the fan. There was somebody's body had rotted, locked the door, and committed suicide successfully. And we came to know only after smell started coming out. It's so sad. That means, in spite of being in med school with so many friends, he could not tell somebody that I'm not able to cope. And I'm sure that if you come across somebody asking, that somebody who comes and tells you that I'm not able to cope, you will go out of your way.
Right.
But only thing we need to understand that you want to talk. So I'm encouraging. So if there are people who want to ask anything, so
Right.
please ask. Let's talk. Have you ever come across somebody, as you said, your friend? I can't remember who was it. Someone was telling that there is a person who went to see a flat
Okay.
on a high riser, saw the flat, went to the balcony and jumped out of that place. And nobody has come to know.
It's sad.
It's sad that people didn't even understand that this person is going to. Most of the high rises that we have in our city, somebody or the other has jumped out of that. So we are taking some questions in the meantime. If you feel that you want to tell something to uh, uh,
The audience. Yes, I think somewhere, Dr. Roy, I feel the childhood or the trauma, the trauma that we have in our mind, we let it sink in, we try to absorb it, and it somewhere builds in. Whatever is coming inside you is staying somewhere. If you're not able to release it, because not all of us can absorb, not all of us are made the same way. हम सब एक जैसे हैं नहीं. We all are different humans. We all react differently to situations.
true.
So I think somewhere, you can be a person who can, absorb a trauma, get up next morning fresh, forget about it. Someone, Mr. X, Miss Y, may not be able, or try to ignore it because of the society thing or the social.
So how do you feel talking helps? Because there is someone who has also asked a question that I live in a different country, I'm alone, and whom should I talk to? Now, we would always keep the identity as private. Now, the question is, in school, we always manage to make friends. There are some isolated people will always feel that मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगता है. I don't like to be with friends. Now, if this is a situation where there is a person who is in another country, when you're uprooted, many of us do not understand the trauma. Like, I did my schooling over here, then my college education, I was in one place in southern India. Then I went to UK, then hospitals, friends keep changing. But then, as I said, amaro একটা তুই. So we need to find out with whom our frequency matches. But if the person feels that I'm not able to express, then the person actually need special guidance. And that's where clinical psychologists come in. That's why you need to take an appointment with someone, that in case if you're feeling lonely, in case if you're feeling that you can't talk with anybody, there are many other people there. So you need professional help. Am I right?
Absolutely.
And you know what? What is your purpose of doing, or our purpose? Because many people feel, as a doctor, or I'm a surgeon, uh, as a surgeon, me, Dr. Purnendu Roy, from Genesis Hospital, as if I'll do surgery and everything will be fine. Because it is not only the disease, mind, body, and soul.
Right.
So we need to address these aspects also. And we need to build the awareness with everybody. What is the best way to spread awareness is a movie. How many of us knew what is dyslexia before that film came out?
Tare Zameen
Tare
Tare
Zameen Par.
Zameen Par, right.
So Asif, thank you very much, because you thought about this, you wrote a script, and I want you to talk about it. That the movie that we are planning to
Right.
get it. So just talk about it.
So we as a team, Orion Production, we are coming up with a film called Talk the Void. Here we are talking about the subject, the importance of mental health, how important it is to express yourself. कितना जरूरी है बात करना, कितना पावर है एक बात करने में, अगर आप अपने इमोशंस के साथ, अगर आप अपने इमोशंस को किसी के साथ शेयर कर सकते हैं, यू नेवर नो, वो इट कुड बी लाइफ चेंजिंग. अगर आप किसी को कुछ बोलते हैं और बदले में अगर आपको कोई ऐसा सजेशन मिलता है, दैट कुड चेंज योर पर्सपेक्टिव एंड दैट कैन चेंज योर लाइफ. इट हैज हैपेंड इन द पास्ट. आई नो पीपल जिन्होंने, जो मोटिवेशनल टॉक्स होते क्या है, व्हाट इज एट द एंड ऑफ द डे मोटिवेशनल टॉक्स क्या है? दे टॉक, इट्स अ मोटिवेशनल टॉक, जहां पर लोग आपको दे एनकरेज यू, दे गिव यू पॉजिटिव थॉट्स. तो जब आप अपने प्रॉब्लम्स को लेकर, अपने इमोशंस को लेकर अगर आप एक्सप्रेस करना चाहें, या अगर आपको कभी ऐसा लगता है कि आई डोंट, देयर इज समथिंग रॉन्ग विद मी बट आई डोंट नो whom to express, you should go to a medical expert. So this film, Talk the Void, we are trying to highlight the importance of talking to someone in our life, or seeking medical help if needed, for having any kind of mental condition that we may not be aware of. And I think we were discussing this yesterday. The first stage is acceptance. We need to accept that yes, we have a problem, that there is certain thing, we have a problem. We should not think any hame to koi problem nahi, hum think we just low. Feeling low and having being depressed are two different things. Feeling low could be momentarily. I had a bad day at office, I'm feeling low. My favorite team lost, I'm feeling low. But depression is something that needs medication. Depression is something that needs cognitive behavioral therapy, so to say, talk therapy.
There are so much that
Right.
can be done, but first, half the battle is won when either you yourself or someone else recognize. Many times it has happened. You can look into the eyes of a person and you can feel there is something wrong with this person. Many times in my chamber, somebody who has come to get a surgery done, and I have tried asking the parents, have you ever felt that there is a problem? They said, no, no, she's a little reserved type. I said, yeah, I do understand what is reserved, not talkative, not extrovert, but मुझे लग रहा है, looking at her eyes, then I said, okay, let me predict some things. That when she comes back from school, unlike all other her friends, she doesn't want to go out. She doesn't like going to the malls and jumping around. She won't feel like going and doing adda. She has never asked that I would go and do night staying from my friend's house. She doesn't feel like going and standing in the corner place and having fuchka or golgappa. She wants to be with her books at home. Now, this is what I'm trying to say, that recognizing that there is a problem where people say that वो थोड़ा reserved है, but that's because she is not able to talk to anybody. So we have to encourage these people to talk. I know people who is living in a different country now, not able to adjust to the culture in that country. probably going and doing the work or the studies over there. Now, whom do they go and talk to? That's why every college, every institution, every university now has a counselor, every school. So you need to understand, and we need to tell all the people that children has got the access to counselors who
Yes.
can go. So since we can't tell anything about the movie, because that's going to be a suspense. The name of the movie is
Talk the void.
Talk the Void. Now, this is what I'm trying to encourage by showing a film, a script which Asif has written. We are the producer from Orion Production. He's going to direct the movie. So you don't need to tell the stories, but your idea and why you are making this, like uh, who
By this subject.
Yeah.
Right. So I think I came up with this thought when I saw people around me are going through low phases,
Okay.
and things are fine in their life. Everything is okay, सब चीज ठीक है, but कुछ कमी है, that happiness is missing. Of happiness is a state of mind. Happiness could also have be like a chemical reaction, a chemical hormone in your body, right? But सब होके भी अगर कुछ कमी है और कभी कुछ हालात ऐसे हो जाते हैं, देयर आर प्रॉब्लम्स इन एवरीवन्स लाइफ, सो वी नीड टू एक्सप्रेस, वी नीड टू स्टार्ट समवेयर, वी नीड टू नॉट फियर बीइंग जज्ड. ये अनफॉर्चुनेटली जजमेंट के डर से हम या तो बात नहीं करते हैं, या तो हम एक्ट नहीं करते हैं, या तो हम अपने प्रॉब्लम्स को सॉल्व करने की कोशिश नहीं करते हैं, वी गिव अप. सो टॉक एज अ फिल्म इज अ फिक्शन स्टोरी which is about the importance of mental health, the importance of talking, but it also talks about, as we have mentioned in the poster, it is about trauma, it is about anger, it is about loneliness, and it is also about kintsugi, that being broken is okay if you build yourself again from being broken. Kintsugi is a Japanese philosophy where broken things are, joined again with melted gold.
With gold, yeah, yeah. This is a word which I also went back and researched. See, it's a beautiful word. Many of the porcelain things which are broken, they repair it with gold and gives a beautiful.
Yeah.
So when somebody feels that, am I broken? If you realize that you need help, all broken things can be repaired beautifully, not like an advertisement of an adhesive which says it can join everything except broken heart. No, broken heart also can be repaired.
Yes, it can.
And today we are launching the poster of our movie which is coming.
It's called Talk the Void.
Talk the Void. Asif Iqbal is going to be, he's written the script, so he's script writer, director, and Orion from Orion Entertainment, me, Dr. Purnendu Roy, Dr. Olivia Dunlop, and Simon Dunlop are the producer. So you can call us, you can talk to anybody, any one of us, and if there are anybody who wants to uh, ask anything in our live channel. Yeah, yeah.
Just hold.
Simon, come. Simon. So, yeah.
We just stand and hold the poster.
Yeah, no. So, this is Dr. Olivia Dunlop, Simon Dunlop, we, three of us from Orion. We are producing the movie, and Asif Iqbal, who is going to direct the movie. So soon you will find that the importance of, or the power of talk. So this is what we want to bring it out. And why is it, as I gave an example, that most of us did not know what is dyslexia. Many of us did not know. Some of the very top people who have achieved so high in life were dyslexic in their childhood in school. Albert Einstein was for a long period.
Yes, he was.
Tom Cruise also had these things. I don't want to name many others, but this ability to identify, ability, ability to accept that there is a problem and That's why when Tare Zameen Par was meant, everybody understood what is dyslexia. And now there are specialized schools. So now no longer when a child is not performing well, they get thrashed. In olden days, what will a child is not doing well? पिटाई होता था घर पे.
Right.
Now what happens is, if a person is depressed and want to talk and nobody recognizes that मैं किसी से कुछ बात करना चाहता हूँ, कोई है क्या? So let us not lose even one more life. Let this not happen that because he or she could not talk to anybody,
Right.
that's why he or she had to jump off the terrace or end a life. Life is very valuable. So thank you very much for writing the script. And we continue to take certain questions if anybody is.
And in the meantime, I would just like to add, अगर आप if you are अगर आपसे कोई बात कर रहा है, and if you are the listener, feel yourself to be blessed and don't judge. अगर आपसे कोई अपनी दिल की बात कर रहा है, अगर आपसे कोई अपना प्रॉब्लम शेयर कर रहा है, तो आपको भी ये आपका भी फर्ज बनता है कि आप उनको जज ना करें, आप उनकी प्राइवेसी मेंटेन करें. ये नहीं कि आपने उनकी बातें सुन ली और फिर जाकर आप किसी और से शेयर करें, बिकॉज दैट इज ऑल्सो इनकरेक्ट. फिर वो बंदा डिस्करेज हो जाएगा, वो दोबारा किसी से बात नहीं करेगा. So that is also wrong. So I think it's important for you, if you are a listener, be a good listener, because a talk is impossible without a good listener. So you also have some responsibility. If you are a good listener, there will be people who will talk to you without any judgment. They will open up their heart and share their problem. And trust me, I repeat, I would like to thank Dr. Purnendu Roy, Dr. Olivia Dunlap, and Simon Dunlap to recognize the importance of this script, the importance of talking, the power of talk, and how it can be a game changer in anybody's life. And hopefully, we will not have any. Dr. Roy, just to conclude, I would like to add one more thing. Even India, I was just reading an article by one of the prestigious media houses that as per the WHO guidelines, there should be one psychiatrist every 3 lakh citizens.
Every 3 lakh.
Every 3 lakh. So we, according to that data, we should have 36 psychiatrists in India, 36,000, sorry. So we don't even have that kind of infrastructure yet, despite the rise in demand of the importance of mental health.
Well, that's a very good statistics that has come up, because now the young budding doctors can understand that there is a very high demand for the subject, psychiatrist. There is very high demand for psychologists, clinical psychologists. And in Genesis Hospital, we have decided that there are 3 aspects: mind, body, and soul. We just don't remove uterus, gallbladder, appendix, or ovarian cyst and feel that we are doing our responsibilities for the society. So 14th of February, which is, yes, it is Valentine's Day, but it's our hospital foundation day, because 2004, it was our love that we wanted to make a place where people would come and feel at home. So Genesis Foundation Day is 14th of February, and 14th of February, we are also trying to launch a few other things, which is number one, we are inaugurating we have a place in Genesis Hospital. Every hospital, people when they come and they feel helpless, they want and look for, where can I pray? Now, I felt that prayer room or spiritual center should be for everybody. So it can't be there is one God that is there in the lobby, and my other brothers and sisters are not able to understand where to pray. So that's why we have made a spiritual center, which is all faith. Asif, you will love this. You have seen this place probably. So 14 February we are. So this place, what we have done, we have taken quotations from every religious books, from Quran, from Bible, from Guru Granth Sahib, from Gita, and from all the religions, and we have covered the walls, and there is a floor, and there is no God, goddesses, these things. We will keep the spiritual books over there, and there will be a bulb. So if any person belonging to any race, any religion, um, I'm to talk, continuously saying, let's talk, and I'm not able to talk because I've got very high fever and I've got such a bad cough that my talk is getting obstructed. Okay? Sorry about it. So, any person can come to this spiritual center, which is located in the hospital, and sit down when your relative, your brother, father, mother, son, sister, whoever is getting operated, you tend to feel helpless. Now you want to go and sit down somewhere. So in our fifth, sixth floor, we have opened a religious center where you can sit down, you can meditate, you can pray, you can see the religious books, you can go through it. And also, our idea is, mind, body, and soul. So to take care of your health, we also have this first health cafe, which is Ecclesiastes. Now, here we make healthy and tasty food. So, all patients and the relatives can have healthy food and get treated. And also, for your soul, you can do meditation in the spiritual center. Now, being in India or in the land of Vivekananda, I don't need to tell people that what is the power of meditation. Many of us can just close our eyes and just meditate, and the mind comes down. Somebody was telling today that I always tend to panic. My heart rate increases up to 150. Whenever there is anything, my hands start shaking. Now, these are the situations. Probably one would feel very calm if you go to, and come and visit 14th of February, our foundation day. We are launching this spiritual center inside the hospital where anybody can just sit, close your eyes, meditate. Doesn't matter which God you believe, doesn't matter which religion you belong. And we are all there, always to be by your side. And we want to hear and we want to encourage people. Please talk. If you don't talk, how will anybody come to know that you are suffering? Anything else that you want to
That's all. I
say?
think just would like to add on a lighter note that even the spiritual center means talk to God,
Yes,
right?
absolutely, absolutely. And there is, why is it that when a person feels so relieved when you go inside Gurdwara, inside masjid, inside a church, inside a temple, because you feel you're surrendering yourself and some person will take care. So, should we not also in this world try to create somebody जिसको पास जाके मैं बोल सकता हूँ, I can pour my heart out and feel relieved that कोई तो है जो मेरे बात सुनता है.
Right.
So the message is, please understand the power of talk. Talk to somebody and wait for our film to be released, which is Talk the Void. Because unless we talk, no one else will understand. And we don't want you to suffer in silence. Is there any other things anybody has asked you?
Any questions?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that was, I hope, was a very nice discussion. And I think on 6th of February, we chose this day particularly because it was time to talk. And I think we should take a note, or we should at least make a commitment to ourselves that it's time to talk. We should talk about our problems. We should talk to that one person, the two people in our lives whom we know that are going to hear us out. And if at least hear them, you can share your problems. सामने वाला सुन ले, आपका मन हल्का हो जाए. That is good enough. It's not always important to get advice, get suggestions, or get words of motivation. आपने बोल दिया, आपके अंदर से निकल गया, सिस्टम से टॉक्सिसिटी निकल गया, मन हल्का हो गया. I think what are prayers at the end of the day, as you just notice when you go inside a church, a temple, a masjid, in the Gurudwara, we know because we are talking to God without, and our God is not judging us. We know He will take care of it. We know that.
Say if your joy increases and becomes double when you share,
Yes.
because suppose you have a very happy news and you can't go and tell anybody.
Right.
So when you tell your joy, it doubles, but you are upset, your sorrow.
Yes.
Then if you go to someone tells your sorrows,
It decreases.
it decreases, it
Yeah,
becomes half. And a beautiful saying is, all the happiness that mankind can gain is not in pleasure, but in relief from pain. If you're suffering in pain and you're not able to talk to anybody, talk to somebody, and then your pain will really get relieved. And we are all there to listen to you. All this time, I was talking, Asif was talking, I was encouraging you people to talk. So if you would have sent certain questions, we would answer that. But as I said, 14th of February, we are launching this spiritual center. You can come, sit, talk to people. Thank you very much. So we end this today.
Thank you very much for joining us for this live session.
Thank you very much for joining.
Thank you.
How does it work?